The Nerdgasm Talk podcast is brought to you by Spaces Philly. If you love podcasts, go to spacesphilly.com where you can check out Lulu and Pop, Both Sides, Turntables, Jump Thought Super Tongue, and the Nerd Coalition's very own No Gimmicks Needed. Visit spacesphilly.com today. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. Next, Aunt Jemima has been rebranded to Pearl Mining Company.
Millen Company, I think it is.
Millen? Okay. Yeah, yep, that is Millen. I totally read that wrong. This name is a nod to where delicious product.
He wouldn't read it at all.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care about this. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. The name is a nod to where our delicious products began before becoming a family favorite breakfast sample. And that was a quote from the Pepsi company, which owns Quaker Oats. And while Aunt Jemima was updated over the years in a manner intended to remove racial stereotypes, it has not progressed enough to appropriately reflect the dignity, respect, and warmth that we stand for today. Mr. A&E, I want to get your opinion about this. Because you brought it to my attention, so I'm very curious on what you think.
Okay. Nobody asked for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it happened.
Really?
Because I'm gonna tell you right now. We have gotten used to racial stereotypes on different things, or we're used to the way things are.
We've become desensitized.
We've become desensitized to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things need to change. And you know what made me think of this is when they had a discussion about the national anthem on Undisputed.
Oh, yeah, because Mark Cuban said that they weren't going to play it anymore.
Yeah, and so I'll talk more about that on Balls and Apps. But what I'm saying is, it was Skip Bayless was talking about where, you know, I understand where you come from, but they can't get that tradition out because, you know, it's been so long that every sporting event, everybody has to stand up and do this national anthem type of thing. And it's just like, but you know what? That song ain't been for really nobody, especially not African Americans or, you know, say any minority group in this country. So why do we have to do it? Because we're accustomed to it, so we're used to it. We are sitting out here fighting for racial equality still in 2021, and we still, it's not the results that we need. We need some hard change. We need some hard things to put in focus, and we need some hard laws to be passed. And I agree with that. And that should be the forefront, the number one thing that needs to be changed. But in the meantime, also that we have been desensitized to. They need to get rid of that also. Because that's still, even though we don't care about it, it still ain't right.
I'm still holding to the sentiment. I agree with everything you're saying 1,000%. Yeah. Still though, nobody asked for it.
I agree. I agree. Nobody asked for it. Nobody will ask for it. But it's like when all these little things change, you know, over time. People's like, well, you know, why are you changing? I mean, like, first of all, having Aunt Jemima, that from the minstrel shows in that Jim Crow era, that shouldn't even be on a box in the first place.
Well, technically, she was somebody like me, mom. That wasn't. It wasn't like Mammy.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay.
Because it's been changed. It's been updated. This lady was supposed to just look like somebody's Nemo.
So let's update from, you know, saying this minstrel character to this Mimo. It don't make, you know. It's
I'm being like, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I get it. It's just.
Is it gonna stop me from buying a pancake mix like that? Fuck no.
We don't even really use Aunt Jemima like that. We use log cabin.
No, we don't.
I'm about to say I got a bottle of Aunt Jemima in the cabinet.
We have Aunt Jemima, but I only bought that because they was out of log cabin.
Like, I'm talking about pancake mix.
Oh, the pancake mix.
Oh, yeah. So talk about.
That's what you meant to stir up. But okay, so this is my thing, right? I understand what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. That at this point, these things are so integrated into society. Like, there are several things around that have suspect origins. that you would never think of unless you really go and
Do your
homework. Like I always tell the story of garden gnomes. If you don't know where garden gnomes came from, go Google it. There's something that looks completely like innocent, and it's not. So I get what you're saying. I just, when this came out, like it originally was announced, it was just like, all right, it feels like this is lip service because somebody told y'all that it would be a good look to do this in response to everything that was happening, and they actually just followed through with it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I agree with what you're talking about. It's just like, bruh, okay. But in hindsight, like looking forward, like in the future, our kids won't, like Sage won't care. She'll look at it and just be like, it's another pancake mix and not Aunt Jemima, and associate it with like going into the like another subject we talking about was Judas and the Black Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part in the movie where they're clearly using that in a racist context, like Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, I understand. Removing her and Uncle Ben, who caught the stray bullets. He was just like, we're gonna get rid of him too. He was like, I ain't even do nothing. I just been sitting over here with my rice. Like
Uncle Ben and Zatarans.
Yo, okay. Zatarans be doing so much. All right. Uncle Ben's really do just be sitting on the box. The Zatarans man be in the commercial playing the trumpet real
he sure does.
But I understand. I get what you're saying. It's just like, bruh, okay. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
I mean, it is, but so imagine if they didn't do it.
We would still be going on what was going on.
But that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, first of all, like, cream of wheat is bad. You know what I'm saying?
The man with the head and the chef head?
You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's not a good look that we put on these boxes, but we are just so fucking used to this shit.
It'd be like, what's that joke? I don't know if I used to watch Great Taste, but Patrick Cloud was like, yeah, that's why they only show Colonel Sanders' head, but if you zoom out, he had his arms around all the
sleeves. He had his arm around all the sleeves.
The cream of wheat man, you zoom out, he probably got a broom and he chucking and jiving. No, I'm joking. But seriously.
He probably is.
This is my thing. I can't say I don't know, because all of these characters probably were spawned of the fact that blacks were cooks. And a lot of, like, from slavery on down. So I understand why that might be
when it comes to changing these kind
problematic.
When it comes to changing these kind of labels, let me ask all of y'all a legit question. When it comes to changing these kind of labels, when is the best time to do it?
There really isn't one.
Yeah.
You're not.
Again, I was going to say, there isn't.
That's why I said I agree with you. There isn't really one. It's just when you do it, I think people will have, you're gonna get people who are gonna be like, so what, or why are you doing it? You're gonna get backlash or feedback regardless. It's just when you do it as a reaction instead of like being proactive, it just seems more shady. Somebody could have been said, like, you know what, we should just take Aunt Jemima off the box, and they were just like, well, why? You know, you never know, but I don't know. We talk a lot. What y'all think?
I agree with everything you're saying. I'm just like, okay, that's like, I'm still gonna get pancakes. Still gonna get, you know, I honestly can't. I don't feel anything towards it. It may be sad to say because I'm desensitized to it, but I honestly don't feel for it. And Mr. A&E was completely right. We've grown accustomed to it, and at this point, it's like, if you want to change the name, sure, change the name.
It's like, I'm not gonna be out there protest about this. Man, change it back. No, don't thank you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No. Wait, got the energy for that shit.
Wasn't it them that came out and said, "Oh yeah, by the way, Aunt Jemima represents this."
Yeah, because at first, like, and that was the part that was just like, all
it was
right,
like,
bro,
no one asked for it. Like we weren't even questioning it.
Somebody said something, and,
right?
Hey, but like we was talking about, you gotta have a little grace for some people. Unfortunately, they desensitized too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's my thing. I don't know if it's like desensitized. I guess that would be the right word. If it's not something that directly impacts you, what do you care anyway?
Exactly.
Right,
If it's something that is like, okay, this truly, it doesn't impact me, and like I said, all we care about is just make sure the world goes spinning. And we as human beings want to care about if we survive. It's a natural human thing, but it takes time to think about. Like, you know what? Sometimes we gotta inform people when this shit is just wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. In 10 years, by the time our kids grow up, or by the time Swag and Q-Flow have kids, they may not be playing national anthems at the beginning of games anymore.
Because let's be honest, y'all. Another thing that a lot of folks don't realize in the first place, the national anthem was not always played at the beginning of sporting events. This is not something that they've been doing since the dawn of time. And the national anthem has been around since American football was established, as well as basketball. They did not always do this. This was originated because they were trying to get the recruitment up and quote unquote patriotism up for the armed forces. The armed forces and the NFL have a contract. And that is the reason why they play the national anthem at the beginning of games. It's not because it's such the American way that we have to do it. That's why. So it's not like it has to like it's something that we can't play the sport if we don't play it kind of thing.
But we got used to it.
But now it's become a part of the whole like ceremony. I mean, things evolve and change over time. So I can't say that I disagree with it. It's just at this point, it's like, are you still gonna buy the pancake mix or no? Does it still taste the same? That's what and I'm sure there will be people be like, man, it's just different because it's not Aunt Jemima on the box anymore. Is it still the same ingredients and natural flavoring?
Oh my god, I wish I could just make 2 sets of pancakes and be like, try one. And I bet you they say the same thing without knowing, because somebody gonna complain. Something, man, they took the butter out of it.
They took Aunt Jemima out.
They took the butter.
It's not going to be the same as Rita's and Rocco's. Like, there's literally no difference. It's just a name change.
Right.
No, well, Rita's and Rocco's was different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be like them. Those were like, okay, there's something wrong. And for those who don't know, it's water ice, and
Water ice.
Apparently, part of the world don't even know part of the country don't even know what water ice is. So, water ice is just come northeast, just
come to Philly.
Yeah, like water ice is apparently, I didn't realize until I left here, it's not a thing everywhere. But there was one random summer where Rita's is like it's a franchise now. It was one random summer where they decided they was going to be Rocco's. And everybody went to Rocco's. It was like, is this still Rita's?
It was like,
yeah, sure. We can call it that. But they had totally different flavors. It actually did taste different. Nastier. And then the next summer, they were, it was back to Rita's. I don't know what that was about.
It's like they veganized water ice. It's like,
they try and gentrify water
ice. Like, what did you do? But, yeah. Actually, Mr. Andy, you actually brought up some great points I didn't even think of firsthand, so thank you for that. Q-Flow, you didn't really say anything. I wasn't sure if you had.
I didn't.
Come on, man.
I don't. I got a bottle of Aunt Jemima in the jar right now. Like, I just had waffles. Like, I don't.
Yo, he literally just have.
He
literally did just have waffles.
Oh man, I didn't even know. I honestly didn't. This was like in one ear, out the other, like Harriet Tubman being on the 20. I forgot all about it until y'all mentioned it. Like,
they still
y'all niggas start cashing all y'all checks in 20s.
And listen, that's another thing. We had this discussion, and I was just like, yo.
But fuck that. If they take that crazy ass Andrew Jackson out there and put Harry Tubman on there, I'm gonna be right now. This Negro right here, even though it means it's like this don't mean what we want. We want reparations, but
exactly.
That $20 bill is gonna be framed like a Chinese store.
That's why I was like,
okay.
Hey, we asked reparation. They was like, but what about a black lady on the money? First of all, let's keep it all the way real. Paper money is losing steam. I mean, like, obviously not losing steam, really. In this time where people are more hesitant about using paper money and we apparently have a coin shortage because people aren't using money. Bruh, what? Like, okay. Just, let's move on to the next thing.
Okay. Yeah. So, but like I said, Miss A&E, thank you for that. I didn't realize that was a big issue. So thank you for opening our eyes to that.